38. Welcome to another day in this tech jungle we call DeFi. Now today's video will basically be a coverage of an upcoming project called Furio. What you're gonna be hearing next is an AMA. AMA means all you can ask me interview of the sort that was held between a Telegram community called a cult called Drip and the Furio team, where there was an interviewer, as in an AMA coordinator that was asking questions towards the team in regards to everything an investor should know, starting from what the project is about, how to navigate the website, the pre-sale information, the white paper. White paper means everything that the project is about, basically, and then the roadmap. So what do we have? What are we gonna look forward to when it comes to Furio and other stuff, other intriguing questions from the community. So with that being said, I'm gonna let the AMA commence.
All right, guys, so we are recording the AMA with the Furio project, and really excited about this one. I had a chance to speak with Chris a little bit beforehand about this, and just going through the white paper, looking at the website. Definitely excited about this one. It's really a unique project in a time where there's so many drip forks out there. This one, as we were talking about, is kind of a combination of drip, a miner, and even a little bit of elephant and trunk thrown in. All the good parts, of course. So we're really looking forward to learning more about this. And Chris, if you could maybe just speak a little bit about just kind of the history of this project and how you got into crypto and just where you got started with crypto, and then kind of give a brief overview of this project if you could.
Yeah, sure. So I started as a trader. So I was a gold trader, forex trader, and kind of got into crypto the usual ways. People buying a bit of Bitcoin a few years ago. Ethereum started to show itself, and got into the 2017, 2018 bull run. Learned a lot, lost a lot.
Amen to that. Yeah, we all have.
And yeah, so just absolutely enthralled me at that point. So basically just got into DeFi, the Uniswap kind of burst that happened, started to get into DeFi at that point, and then just grew with as the chains were coming out, got into Binance Smart Chain, flowed into Polygon, flowed into Phantom, and just got the drug at that point, and really wanted to launch something at some point. I've been in media for a long time, so into some marketing and branding and everything else, as you can probably see with Furio's branding now. I wanted to team the whole thing together. I'd been involved a little bit with doing a bit of YouTube promo for some of the DeFi guys last year. Yeah, that's how we got started.
That's huge. And right away, like I said, looking at your website, which is furio.io, you can just tell right off the bat that you do have kind of that background in the markets, trading and everything. It actually looks like a legit website that you're going to find from some, the market, stock markets, forex, whatever it may be. I love that you got the ticker going on there too. So it looks solid, and that's kind of one of the biggest things is first impressions. This looks like a solid project. Who's got the background in web design and everything? Is it you?
That's myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Graphic design, web designer.
Great. Yeah, it looks great. So it is furio.io if you guys get a chance to go check it out. And as we start getting people in here, just wanted to make mention that we're going to keep everybody silent today. We're only going to go for about half an hour or so. And if you do have questions, feel free to add them to the Cults Telegram channel, or even actually kind of preferred if you have a question for the devs and everything, head to the Furio Telegram channel. We'll put links up on that after we're done with this AMA. Cool. So kind of getting into this project a little bit. Tell me why this is different than like a drip or a piston, and kind of get into that a little bit if you could, Chris.
So we wanted to keep everything simple in regards to the ROI setup, but the first thing that was a big deal with us was the fact that we wanted to incentivize the community as well as get the community to actually play ball. Everyone knows that ROI systems work as long as everybody's pulling along the same line.
Yeah.
So we came up with a variable reward system because it incentivizes people in that they can earn up to 2.5%, but that if they don't play the game in the right way, they can go down to 0.5% a day. One of the things with the fixed protocols at a percent a day is, unfortunately, with the burst of minor contracts and other higher incentives, you sometimes find that people maybe aren't willing to lock away for a percent a day, even though that seems mad.
Mm-hmm.
People seem to forget a percent a day actually compounded is an incredible return on investment. So the first thing we did was to look at the actual ROI. We thought about doing 2% a day fixed, didn't like the idea of it being like that. So as you can see on the website, our terms go from 0.5% a day through to 2.5% a day. So if you compound every day in a 28-day period, you will go up to 2.5%. If you claim every day for 7 days on the track, you will go straight down to 0.5% a day.
Mm-hmm. Great. So just to kind of clarify, like what you earn on a daily basis is up to you and your actions, pretty much, right? It's up to the investor.
100%. So
great.
On the website, you'll see the variable rewards page.
Yep.
And we've segregated it into positive participants, neutral participants, and negative participants. So an example being, if you were to claim 6 days a week and compound 1, you would go to 0.5%. If you claim 5 days and compound 2, you'll be at 1%. If you claim 4, compound 3, you'll be at 1%. And then on the flip side, if you claim 3, compound 4, you'll be at 2%. You claim 2, you compound 5, you'll be at 2.25%. So
nice.
we went through the process of thought. We didn't want to punish people for negative actions. We wanted to incentivize them, so it was a positive spin instead of a negative spin.
Yeah, that's great. And this is for all of them, except for people that claim every single day. I believe this is a 28-day rolling.
28-day rolling. Yeah,
rolling? Okay.
That's right.
Great. So let's say, okay, I compound every day for 28 days. On that 29th day, is that where I start earning my 2.5%?
That's when you get your 2.5. And if the worst case scenario, if you were to do a weekly claim 7 days a week, you would go down to 0.5%, but you will stay at 0.5% forevermore. So that's the slight punishment. If you claim 7 days in a row, you'll go down to 0.5% and not be able to return. Now, the whole process is that obviously if you're at max payout, you have to claim. So you wouldn't be in that position at that point. But that's probably we're not too scared about punishing people on that point, because at the end of the day, ROI contracts, everybody needs to take part, and in a system like this, you shouldn't need to claim 7 days a week.
Yeah, exactly. Nor should you want to, really. I mean, depending on how much you throw in, I guess. So on that, kind of going back to that previous example, if I was to compound every single day for 28 days, and then on 29th day, that's where I'm earning my 2.5% on that day. If the next day I claim, where does my percentage go? Does it go back to 2.0?
So you'd go back to 2% at that point, yeah. So to keep the 2.5%, you'd have to be compounding straight, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you really are kind of incentivizing something along the lines of a, like I said, a minor, where you want to do 6 to 1, maybe even 5 to 2, and then you can be consistent with at least a 2.25% daily ROI. Does that sound about right?
Exactly. One of the things that we were really interested in was the community spirit. But obviously, everyone knows about baked beans and the constant in the Telegram chat of the 6 to 1, 6 to 1, 6 to 1. So it's a really positive thing that once the community jumps on board and understands that, and also it gives people the confidence of the project, because they know that Furio is giving a high incentive for people to do the gameplay in the right way. So that it should install confidence to new people coming into the ecosystem at the same time.
I love that. I love that. So how in the world do I get in on this?
So
how does that whole process work with the NFTs and everything?
So basically, we've done I think, a very unique pre-sale process in that you look to buy NFTs for your pre-sale allocations. So we were going to go on Polygon. We've decided to go on Binance Smart Chain. So we are actually going to be doing the first pre-sale on the 27th Sorry, the 28th, Thursday the 28th. And that first pre-sale is for one NFT at $250 value. And you'll get 500 Furio tokens for that. So they'll be valued at 50 cents per Furio token. This is going to be the best opportunity to get involved, because it's quickly after that the second and third pre-sale prices will be a lot higher. So we're going to be launching the price of the Furio token at $2.50 when we launch the price. So we're giving a guaranteed 5x.
Great. So that's, like you're saying, that's 5x right there at launch. Now, is there a whitelist for this? I'm sure everybody wants to know, and I love this answer.
No, this is a free for all.
I love it. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, I just, the focus has been so much on whitelists with all these projects, and when you're trying to build something that's sustainable, truly whitelist doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously you can do a quick little pump and dump, but it just seems, looking at what you guys put up online, looking at the white paper, you're really trying to build something that's sustainable. And it can be, especially with the deflationary aspect of what you guys got going on. So could you talk a little bit about why these are deflationary and how, kind of the nuances of what you added into the protocol, what makes it deflationary?
Yeah, so we've gone through so we've obviously got the deflation in the sense of the vault contract itself, where you deposit your Furio into that vault contract, and you get a certificate of deposit balance back. So that Furio then is technically burnt out of circulation. The actual token itself, we've decided to add tokenomics in the 10%. So there's a 10% transaction tax on buying and selling. If you buy on the Furio website, it bypasses the Pancake Swap 10%, so it's free to buy on the Furio website. However, when the 10% tax is applied, there's a percent which is burnt out of circulation forever. 2% goes into locked liquidity on Pancake Swap. 1% goes into the dev marketing wallet. With massive, being in media, you need budgets in marketing. So 1% we thought was a fair allocation. And then 6% then goes to the rewards contracts for paying out the rewards. So we're locking supply up into locked liquidity in the 2%. We're burning with the 1%. 6% obviously go into the rewards contract, again being locked away. And we then have the unique downline situation. We didn't want a second token for downlines. I really don't understand why you would want to create even more confusion, first and foremost. So we've created the Furio Gold 3D rotating coin, and you need to buy those for your downlines, but you use the Furio token to buy the downline. So again, when people are going for the downlines, we've made it a decent, even with Furio at $30-$40 price points, it's not too expensive. And obviously you're then in the process locking more Furio away. So we're locking Furio away with the downlines, we're burning it, we're putting it into locked liquidity. We've had quite a lot.
That's great. So yeah, in order to get into this game, you have to buy the NFTs during the pre-sale. Now, once it's launched, you can just buy Furio right off the website, right? And then that's not taxed. You don't have to buy the NFTs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
These pre-sale NFTs are literally just for the pre-sale. So that's the only reason for using those. I think Chris is actually. I think Chris Doran's actually waving there.
Gotcha. I think I unmuted him. Is he back? Yeah, Chris, if you're on with, hey.
Hi guys, sorry about that. A few technical issues.
It's all good. All right. So Chris, actually, I'm very interested. So I know that you're kind of in crypto full time, correct?
Most of the time, yeah. I've got a couple of other businesses as well, but yeah, predominantly crypto.
Great. And would you mind kind of going into your background a little bit?
Yeah, I'm.
Thank you.
I've got a degree in economics and accountancy, postgrad in international marketing. So quite a heavy sort of marketing and financial background, quite unusual. Great. Came to crypto a while ago because I just love DeFi. So the whole concept of it is decentralized finance and doing what I want with my money and not someone else telling me what I've got to do with it. I just love it.
Yeah, that's a great concept for sure. That's kind of what brought me over to crypto, is just the manipulation of the stock markets. I got so sick and tired of it. So happy to be over here for sure. Now we've been talking a little bit about the project already. Could you kind of give your spin on it and just kind of tell us what you want us to know about your project?
I think the most significant thing is we're here for the long haul. Yeah. This isn't a here today, gone tomorrow. That's why we're very keen on encouraging the good participants, and we've got no qualms in making that statement. We want to encourage the good participants, because for us to do what we want to do and achieve the roadmap long term, this has got to work. And like I say, the incentives need to be there, the returns are there. We don't want to see, this might sound a strange thing to say, we don't want to see the price of Furio just explode overnight. We want it to gradually build and develop, because we know that's sustainable, and that means people are playing for the long haul. You know, we've got some really imaginative ideas. There are platinum NFTs for people who go all the way through and reach maturity, and they will come with further utility down the line and other incentives for things we've got planned for the future. So like I said, that is the key bit. We're giving people here a fantastic opportunity to get in early for a project that's going to be around for a good while.
That's huge, Chris. I really appreciate you saying that. You know, this whole time that we've been talking, I really just want to head to the roadmap, because the roadmap, I think, is just so unique to the other projects. But I first want to talk about this project, just kind of the nuts and bolts of it first before we get to that roadmap. But I'm excited to kind of talk about that and ask those questions too. One point that Chris brought up, Chris Davies, sorry, again, the two Chris things, is that 1% marketing budget, or the taxes that come out, 1% goes to the dev wallet and marketing and everything. And me, for one, I can't tell you how important that is. Like you mentioned, Chris, the sustainability of this project, the fact that it's here for the long term. And in order to do that, in order to keep interest, you got to market. So I'm really actually happy to see that you guys are putting in 1% to the marketing budget. What are your plans for marketing, like maybe 3 months out, 6 months out, a year out? What kinds of things are you going to be doing to keep people's interests in this project?
What's really interesting to start with is, and it's a point I heard you making to Chris earlier, when you actually look at the quality and presentation of the web page and where we've gone about this hasn't been rushed out. Everything's been thought through thoroughly, every detail on the web page, the presentation. So the marketing is going to be very much community driven going forward. And there'll be incentives for people to get involved. And obviously we need to present those incentives correctly, put the time and effort into the marketing, the advertising, support activity, etc. So it will all tie into the roadmap, but it's the web page, the white paper, and everything is indicative of the quality we're trying to achieve here.
Great. Yeah, it certainly is. It's a touch above a lot of these other projects that are, you know, rushing to get out, and I do appreciate you guys taking your time with this as well. You know, if it's a long-term project, there's no real need to rush it out. So thank you for that. There's a reason that, you know, so many drip forks have already come out, so many minor projects, especially in the past few weeks, have come out, but you guys are taking your time with it. So that's awesome. And certainly the referral system is a big part of that marketing. Can you go into the referral system and how it's a little bit unique as well?
Do you want to pick that one, Chris?
So one of the key benefits of what Drip did do, there's other protocols that have tried to reinvent the wheel a little bit, the referral system, and they've had a negative impact in that the rewards that some of the team leaders were getting lacked incentive for them. I know a couple of pretty big team leaders that left what I think are well put together projects, but the incentive, it was like they tried to make it, if it's the right statement, make it too fair. And everybody, you know what I mean? It was too much of a level playing field. And of course, you need in any kind of marketing structure for the people, you know, the people who make the biggest sales are the people who are incentivized to make those sales. And you remove that incentive and they lose interest, they move on. And that's exactly what happened with it. It's what I would call a successful project at the moment, but they've reinvented the wheel too much with the downline system. So we've only changed it really in the downline system in the sense of we've still got the round robin. You've got the elements of fairness there. There's no pyramid in it. It is a round robin, but we the one core thing we thought we needed to change with that was, how do you get your downlines? Well, you need to spend fuel to get those downlines, and that's how we changed it.
That's great. And I see you're really encouraging kind of that team concept by, obviously incentivizing team wallets for the team owner, but also for everybody on that team. Once you get 5 or more direct referrals, then if I, was to compound or even deposit more, I'm getting 2.5% back. Do I have that? Do I have that right?
Yeah. So it's actually Drip's referral system was doing that, and that's why there's so many big teams with Drip, because they got that element right. And what's happened with a couple of the other protocols, they think that that's too incentivized, and they've removed that, and the numbers that are coming, because obviously these team leaders are going to be comparing what they're making out of the referral system Drip uses, and then comparing it to the one that has tried to make it more level playing field, and they're noticing a massive drop in how much they're earning. So their incentive is now lost, and they've left the room. So for us, the referral system was fine as it was. We just made the slight change with the downline system.
Great. All right, and obviously in order to build that team, you're going to need those NFTs. Now, we talked about the deflationary aspect of the Furio token itself. You got 1 million of them. The chances of any being minted, kind of like Drip, is very low. What about those NFTs? I think there's going to be 10,000 max. Is that right?
That's the initial available on launch, yeah. But as more are needed, the NFTs we will mint more NFTs, yeah.
Okay, so the NFTs, are you basically saying they're just kind of a holder? They're not really going to hold much value, or like because let's say you got 10,000 to start, and then maybe you need to mint 5,000, 10,000 more. Are you then kind of, I guess, is that inflationary?
So the purpose of the downline NFT using Furio token is so that people have to buy the NFTs with the Furio token, so that's locking that Furio away.
Great.
So that was the reason for bringing the downline NFTs. But the use case for the NFTs will be introduced later down the line. The NFT will hold value in the sense of community voting, etc. We have ingenious ways of being able to connect these NFT holdings of wallets into Discord, though, so people holding a certain amount will automatically be raised in profile on Discord, etc. So as we grow the ecosystem, the community, these NFTs will actually end up having an extra layer, so to speak.
Great, I love that. All right, as I kind of head down the white paper now, I do want to talk a little bit about that roadmap. And I think, to me, what is the most powerful part of this project is that the first thing you've got on the roadmap is that fiat onboarding. You're telling me that people are eventually going to be able to buy BNB USDC with their debit and credit cards?
Yeah.
Love it.
The key thing for me is too many projects focus on the current state of affairs, i.e. people who know how to do things, how to get involved, and they forget about the fact that there's a truckload of people in the outside of the crypto world that if they had basic education, had a system that was easy to use and understand, they would jump into the DeFi world. So the bridge between retail, what I would call retail, and the crypto world for me has been lacking. That's where my focus mentality is to make Furio. The domain name's Furio.io. The name of the brand is 3 syllables. It's easily recognizable. We're trying to build that brand concept that can be marketed into the retail world. And for me, the process was, how do I get involved? Well, you go onto the Furio website. On the FAQs page, we'll have videos for this. We've got it in text format at the moment. Showing you, right, where do you download MetaMask? Okay, you've done it. How do you add BNB, Binance Smart Chain? Well, you only have to go to this website and it adds it. You don't have to go and add the RPCs. There's so many people who will not want to do that or be able to figure that out. So we're trying to make the process of getting MetaMask loaded with Binance Smart Chain as quick and easy as possible. The next stage is how to get money in. Well, we want them to go to the website, press buy BNB, enter their credit debit card details, select Binance Smart Chain, and their MetaMask to be loaded with the BNB for them to get started. We already have the pre-contract agreed for getting that in place.
Amazing. That is just huge, and I don't know if people really recognize how big that is. Because like you were saying, I've noticed a huge limitation with almost all these projects that I've been getting into, is that nobody has videos that just kind of walks you through step by step. This is what you need to do. You know, everything is kind of assumed that you already know how to add a MetaMask and things like that. So now this is going to bring the average everyday Joe into the system. And as far as I know, you guys are the first to do that. That's really big, because I think what keeps people out of the crypto game is they don't know it. They don't know how to do it. They don't know what to do. So the fact that you're going to have videos is huge.
The lack of education is one of the biggest problems with projects, and you know, we don't want. It's not a case of go on YouTube and search for this answer. We'll be presenting the answers on the website. We want, as you can see with the website, I don't know many crypto startup businesses that have this many pages of information. You know, we're trying to present it so that if you have a question, it'll be on the website. If people think, oh, by the way, you haven't covered this question, we'll stick it on the website. It'll be put into the FAQ section. You know, we want the website to be a full information resource, so that people don't have to go anywhere else to find their answers.
Right. Yeah, that's big. And another reason why I'm really excited about this project is the fact that you mentioned branding and marketing. Hardly any projects that are out now kind of talk about the branding, and that's what's needed for the sustainability. You know, so many people are focused on the launch. I'm glad to hear that you guys are focused on the sustainability and the long-term aspect of it, and that's branding through and through. So that's fantastic. Could you go a little bit more into the roadmap? You know, kind of talking about the plans for the ecosystem.
Yeah, do you want to go, Chris?
Yeah, certainly. Well, as Chris said, we've got the fiat onboarding, which we know is critical. We see massive potential. NFTs for us are an amazing proposition, value add and utility. For us, they're not just about pixelated images. We see them having a real road in the future. And one of the key first points will be the platinum NFT that someone will get who goes right the way through the system. And the other key thing we've done with that is it's not elitist. Anyone who goes all the way through to maturity will be able to get a platinum NFT, no matter how much you've actually put into Furio. So there isn't an elitist element. So that's very much things that we're conscious of for the future as well. We've got some great conversations already going with some other protocols, but our priority at first is for the next 6 to 8 weeks, we just want stability, Furio to do what we want it to do, which is to position itself as a quality brand and get a reputation. And then we'll be ready to start moving through the roadmap and move forward with that. The obvious other opportunity is blockchain. It's going on a different blockchain and cross-chain. But again, we're not ready to run before we can walk. We've got really exciting plans, but deliverability is key. I mean, to use an old cliche, you get one chance to make a first impression. And to us, that first impression is the first step on the roadmap.
That's great. I appreciate that for sure. And looking at the stablecoin plans in the future, you know, talking about collateralizing stablecoin system, utilizing Furio with loan options even. Can you talk a little bit about your plans with not only the stablecoin, but kind of that elephant trunk concept that Chris and I were talking a little bit about earlier?
Yeah, so the idea is that we want to obviously attract different levels of people. You know, everybody's got a different level of financial ability, and we don't want to just be pigeonholed into one place where people can obviously make exponential growth out of smaller investments if they're willing to stick it out for the long-term investor with us. We also want to be able to go to people with larger amounts of money and incentivize them with decent ROIs on a stablecoin option. So the idea is that what we, as I said, as Chris said before, we want to get this right. We could have rushed straight out the bat, you know, January, February, and tried to be the first fork. We were in a position to be able to do something like that. We decided not to. We're taking our time and doing everything steadily. But we do have the basics of the collateralized stablecoin system there. it will be a partial collateralization of a stable coin with the reflections token collateralized pool. So there'll be more information of that released as time goes by, but the idea is that you can come into Furio with a smaller amount of the key ingredient really for us is one point we've overlooked a little bit is that we've got the USDC partnership with Furio. Now, what that does is it means that obviously buying Bitcoin goes into a nosedive down to 18K, 5K, whatever happens. With that USDC, the only thing that drives the price up and down is the supply. So we are given it every chance to go up by creating the deflation, creating the lockups, creating the burning, etc., etc. But the USDC element is massively. It's something that a lot of projects are overlooking by using native tokens. Sorry, 2 seconds. My earphones have decided to.
No, that's all good. I appreciate you saying that because I totally went over that question when I saw the USDC. I'm like, shoot, I didn't even cover the fact that you guys are creating that that liquidity with USDC instead of something like a BNB. So are you good? Are you back with the headphones?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
All right, great.
So the idea is that people can build up their money, but we want to be able to give them then a lower daily ROI percentage option once they've made some money out the Furio ecosystem to stay with us, not go and jump ship and go somewhere else, because we want to be able to offer a stablecoin lower yield option for them to use their profits that they've made with. So the idea is we want this ecosystem to have multi-layers. And we want people to come in and be able to stay and not have to leave.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And then I don't know if it's anything we can talk about now, and it's certainly a long ways off, but there's that platinum NFT that's rewarded for people that achieve the max payout.
Yeah,
yes,
we'll be releasing.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, Chris, you go.
Yeah, no. As I said earlier, the key bit with that max payout NFT is, again, you don't have to have as long as you reach max payout and you've got sort of 250 Furio, that's it, you're going to get it. You've been loyal to the system, and with that will come utility and options to take off into all the other things we're looking to do. And that's the key bit here. We're not looking to reward only the biggest players. It's about rewarding everyone.
Great. Yeah, I love that. I love that. And just just a point of clarification, of course, and everyone assume that people know exactly what's going on. But when you have your initial deposit, you got your max payout. I believe it's 3.6 times.
3.6, yeah.
3.6.
Yes, yeah.
And then as you compound, will that max payout increase?
As in, so 100,000 is your max payout. So once that's your end game, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we all knew. Excellent. Well, thanks, guys. I just want to see, because again, there's so much to this. I'm sure I missed a few things. Can you think of anything that you really want the people to know about this project that I might have missed out on? I'm going through the white paper now. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure we've covered everything, really.
Yeah, good. Excellent. So yeah,
it's
go
simple
ahead,
things like with the white paper, just the graphing and everything else. So many times people said, how does this work? It's been explained in text and they can't visually see it. So that's why the Fuel Vault, it says start here, end here. What happens in the process? Round Robin explained. We're trying to make everything really user-friendly and visual so people can really sit down with the white paper and go, yeah, I understand how that works. So here's a graph, here's an actual text description, team it up, you should be able to process that thought there.
Great. Thanks so much. And just a reminder, if people do have questions, Furio does have a Telegram channel and they've got a Discord as well that are up and running. So head over to those. And so Thursday, I believe, do we know what time yet for the pre-sale on those first round of NFTs on Thursday?
Yeah, 1800 UTC.
1800 UTC. All right. And I'm not even going to attempt to do the quick math on that because if I do, I'll probably do it up. So 1800 UTC, go check whatever kind of the conversions on whatever time zone you're in. Those are listening to the recording. So again, that's Thursday, April, was that 28th, looks like?
28th, yes, that's correct.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. All right. And yeah, like I said, just a reminder, if you guys have questions, head to the team's Discord, head to the team's Telegram, and ask away there. You can certainly ask at the call as well. We'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Any closing remarks? Both Chris's?
Do you want to do, Chris?
Yeah, no, I think the key bit we want to get across here, and the key couple of points are obviously USDC for stability. So we're taking market volatility out of it. That's massive. The encouragement of good participants, the fact that we're here for the long haul, and the burning supply and the deflationary pressure and the innovative use of NFTs. I'd say they are our standout features, and they are our key differentiators that, you know, we think put Furio ahead of the pack.
Perfect. And then Chris, did you have anything too?
That's exactly my thoughts.
I love it.
The key thing is we want to build a happy, invested community. We want this to be a community project. You know, we want involvement. We want a happy community that we're willing to give everything to the community that they require for that to happen. You know, we've got everything in place that we believe is going to provide that. We provide, you know, for anybody that's looking to refer, we've got banner ads that are going to be live on the website on launch. So if you want to put your referral link behind a banner on Instagram, we'll be providing Instagram stories. You know, we're giving everything, all the ammunition people need. They don't have to go. If you look at the website, they can download the MP4 of the rotating coin. We have all the logos in a SVG file. There's none of this going on Google to, you know, for YouTubers doing videos to try and find the logo on Google. It's all of the brand assets are on the website. You know, we're giving everything we possibly can for everybody to have what they need. You know.
Yeah, that's great. And I didn't even hit on that point. To me, that's one of the biggest things is being able to promote this to your friends, your family, people that are not in crypto. You guys make it really easy to be able to market to them and then get people onboarded with fiat currency, you know, and that'll be coming soon. So this is one of those projects that if you complain that, you know, or not, I'll say complain, but if you're, you know, kind of upset that you don't have any friends or family that are into crypto and you can't really build a team, well, now you can, because you guys provide all the branding that people need, and then the onboarding with the videos and the fiat currency. So really, really looking forward to this for sure.
I'd say as well, if you go on the company page and then go to downloads, get your Furio wallpaper, desktop wallpaper downloaded and on your background.
Nice. That's great. This is great. And yeah, so I just want to kind of end this with basically saying there's a reason I think that this project, you guys are one of the last drip forks to come out. You guys are one of the last minor type projects to come out. You know, you got that element of elephant and trunk in there as well. That's kind of coming down the line. And there's a reason for that. You guys have put work into this, time, dedication. And to me, those are often the ones that are going to stick around. So I'm really excited for you guys. Congratulations on the launch coming up this Thursday. And we'll do what we can to promote. And let's get it out there, I think.
Yeah, appreciate that, Nate. Really like the fact that you see what we're doing as well. It's much appreciated.
Great.
Absolutely.
Thank everyone for taking the time to listen. It's appreciated.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Chris, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. We'll get this video out soon, and we can start marketing this project. Thanks a lot, Furio team.
Take care.
All right. Bye.